You're watching Star Television Network on Channel 21. This is the National News Bulletin on the hour. First, the headlines. An orientation exercise for newly elected members of Parliament to familiarize themselves with parliamentary procedures and processes has been held at the House of Parliament. Legal Aid Board Sierra Leone has organized a consultative meeting on post-elections violence at the National Stadium Atlantic Hall in Freetown. Former Attorney General and Minister of Justice Joseph Fitzgerald Kamara has donated newly built stalls and tables to Sierra Leone Traders Union to replace those that were destroyed along major markets following the announcement of results of the presidential runoff elections. And in sports, the Under-20 national team, who are preparing for the return leg of the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers at the Bo Stadium against their counterparts from Guinea-Bissau, have received cash support from the chairman of Real Mark Football Club, Mahmoud Mackay. Those were the headlines, and now for the news in detail with me, Amadullah Mranapa. An orientation exercise for newly elected members of Parliament to familiarize themselves with parliamentary procedures and processes has been held at the House of Parliament. The exercise was organized by Parliament with support from the United Nations Development Programme and the Westminster Foundation. Leonora Jawara has more, and she now reports.
All newly elected members of Parliament have been engaged in an orientation meeting organized by the House of Parliament with support from UNDP and Westminster Foundation for Democracy. The induction program aims to help the new MPs to familiarize themselves with the parliamentary procedures and processes so that they may contribute effectively to the functioning of democratic governance in Sierra Leone. Making his statement, the outgoing Clerk of Parliament, Honorable Ibrahim Cissé, said the presence of MPs from different political parties shows absolute practice of true democracy.
And they are very happy, all of us are very happy that we have these several political parties. In 1996, we also had a civil association. We had about 5 political parties here. So you can see democracy at play. So we are very happy about that. Because when you only have 2 political parties, it becomes a bit difficult. Compromise is sometimes quite easy when you only have 2 political parties.
The newly appointed Clerk of Parliament, Honorable Umar Parantarawali, while making his contribution, appreciated his predecessor, Honorable Ibrahim Cissé, for his tremendous support prior to his appointment.
But one thing that convinces me most that I'm going to succeed is the support I've so far received from him. Within 16 hours of my announcement, he has given me so much support that I feel now extremely confident that I'm going to work in an office that he has struggled to build.
The Honorable Umar Parantarawali called on his colleague MPs to work in the best interest of the country, as they are the direct representatives of the people of Sierra Leone in the House of Legislature.
To you, members of Parliament, both old and new, 5 years I've struggled to maximize the welfare of Parliament. Today I'm at the administrative end of things. Trust me like a time bomb. I will continue to work with and for you. Let us work as politicians and as administrators. Let us ensure that we move the Republic of Sierra Leone House of Representatives forward, and let us work for the people that sent us to this place, and let us hold the nation first.
Making his statement, the country director of UNDP, Samuel Doe, congratulated the newly elected MPs for successfully winning the elections. He noted that the composition of the parliament makes majority power less certain, adding that it also makes less probable the risk of executive influence. Samuel Doe went on to state that UNDP stand ready to collaborate along with the other partners in quickly upgrading skills of the new MPs in dialogue and debate, improving the transparency and accountability of the lawmaking and budgetary processes, and advancing sustainable developments across the country. Tom Vance, ambassador of the European Union to Sierra Leone, in his remark, reiterated the EU continued support to the Parliament of Sierra Leone.
And as EU, we stand ready to support Parliament over the coming years to help to enhance the legislative process, its institutional relevance and effectiveness. As part of a broader EU program in support of governance, we will provide embedded technical assistance to the parliamentary administration. This will start next month and it will continue for 3 years. In other words, it will carry us well into the second half of the legislative mandate.
The ceremony attracted all newly elected members of parliament, civil society, national and international organizations, and a host of other dignitaries. For Star Television News, Leonora Jawara reporting.
Legal Aid Board Sierra Leone has organized a consultative meeting on post-elections violence at the National Stadium Atlantic Hall in Freetown. The event is part of the organization's post-elections engagement in strengthening peace and good governance. Andrew Bestman reports.
Legal Aid Board Sierra Leone has organized a consultative meeting on post-election violence at the National Stadium Atlantic Hall in Freetown. The meeting, which attracted traditional leaders, civil society activists, and other targeted persons, aimed at embracing all stakeholders to continue the good interaction that has been existing between political party members and their supporters in preaching peace and tranquility in the country. Addressing the meeting, the Executive Director of Legal Aid Board Sierra Leone, Fatoumata Clarence Carlton Ansels, reminded our audience that elections are over and encouraged all Sierra Leoneans to have a mindset on developmental activities and refrain from acts of violence that will affect the hard-won peace enjoyed over the years as a nation.
Today we don't begin with post-elections, anti-election violence campaign. We don't launch over 6 months before election. And we don't continue with them in all communities. We happy say the election was by and large peaceful. But after the election now, we don't have them. And apart from that, they said, even though have 15 of the Boku community there, so man they talk to company. Husband and wife not there together. Landlord they give notice to tenants. And so many other things. So we don't launch this anti-election violence, post-election violence, so that we were able to bring the communities in together. We talk to Papa, they put their hand on Mama, and the members say not to politics, they be married, and they are too married. We talk to landlord, not give tenant notice, just because they know they one side. We talk to the one they wouldn't have a place, say not chase the person because they not be in one party. We say let all mankind to work. Because the country need each and every one of them. For make sure say we put the country before. Election and election. One person there for me, one person there for us.
In an interview with the acting coordinator of the civil society movement Sierra Leone, Juliet Anderson, and the village headwoman of Regent community, Jokomi Mezika, both commended the efforts of Legal Aid Board Sierra Leone for organizing such a meeting, which, according to the organization, will foster peace, unity, and tranquility among Sierra Leoneans during the post-March 2018 parliamentary and presidential elections era.
Today we don't dare so looking at the post, and it's very, very important because this time around we are talking about reconciliation. This is the time, during the elections, all man go in different areas. But now the time we forget about party business and come together. Because the president-elect, don't tell we say, ain't a president for everybody, not just president for one political party.
This don't talk to we say, salon now one green country we get, and I salon. We don't get no way for one go. So this born alls fet, call for. When we don't get the new president, we just work together with the president and ensure that we carry on with life. So they're not really demanded for the your community for disseminate the information. That's how I assure them that. And they go there, I will encourage me youth them, although we not getting kind of thing there, we get so much amount, but those one again fat or waiting. But I want to say thank you to the gallery board. This is so you know can put one now we yes now. For the we kill and go now we own village now. For the we say that's not go happen with them. Because one country we get and one salon we get, we go for build them up.
The post-anti-violence election campaign is one good initiative to promote patriotism, peace and tranquility, as well as creating the awareness of all seeing each other as one family and as a nation. Andrew Bestman reporting.
Former Attorney General and Minister of Justice Joseph Fitzgerald Kamara has donated newly built stalls and tables to the Sierra Leone Traders Union to replace those that were destroyed along major markets following the announcement of results of the presidential runoff elections. Here is the report.
The Joseph Fitzgerald Kamara Foundation, a charitable organization established over 5 years ago to give support to marginalized and vulnerable groups in society, has officially presented 100 market tables to distressed Abacha Street traders. Today at Abacha Street, Tuesday the 17th of April 2018, Mrs. Lynette Kamara, co-chair and wife of the Honorable Joseph Fitzgerald Kamara, donated 100 tables to the Abacha Street traders who were victims on post-election violence in Freetown. The donation was non-partisan as every identified victim benefited. The event was co-hosted under the auspices of the Traders Union. Addressing the beneficiaries, Mrs. Kamara thanked them for their patience and urged them to continue to be law-abiding.
And now we all look forward for development. I just sympathize with you now for what happened after the election. It's sad. And so when the Traders Union passed through and reach out to plenty people, then husband will decide to let people alone and let this show. I mean, they were at the livelihood. So man in the rocket table, I will sell. I will feed the beginning. From the a woman named that the oldest and the Abacha Street. But then they all the money they not can they not put the market for sell. If it's time they go to the family. So we push up. I said no, let people here so then we reach out to them and see how much help we were able to render to them. Other people will come later, but we will not begin. And the place as we don't begin so with the blessing. Also the blessing will scatter people in the family. So, this foundation is only in existence as an equal president, and the past 5 to 6 years now. We will reach out to all walks of life, all the people there. And by that time, when they pick Muslim, Christian, whoever you belong, this foundation will reach out to you. And by that time, we get plenty of people there already. We will send out all the various groups, the Muslim, we the help to start up with the Christmas time, we will feed the program, we will feed people there, we will reach out to them with money, other donations there, so we can come up with local assistance because many of us now we believe in giving. And when you give, God will bless you, not over you one more, God will bless the people there. Then it's a free program for other people already doing. So on that note, we can't give that table also to say that in our council, and we hope say it will reach the beneficiaries. The one that we must say really affected. Where they then break the table and that person then go break the table and back and go give them the market.
Abdul Wahab Bangura, president of the JFK Foundation, spoke on the vision and activities of the organization and commit to continue to serve the needs of humanity.
You know the talk, I'm the president of the foundation, for JFK Foundation all over this country, they support less people needed. And I just want to tell you now, say what the JFK Foundation don't hold on for the past 6 years, during the time when Ebola became in this country, this man will give support to all over this country, support the people that orphan them, support the victims them. And even the most like what happened back in this country, before it, we will give you support. So we don't know about who. So anytime we have any crisis on site, we will go there. And when we have say after the election, we go to happen here. Just like what they say, someone will say now group A or group B don't do this. Now God one day no. But what we say, who can do you support? But make sure say this thing will happen again by God in your power. So we are make we utilize them and when they say what they can give, maybe they give the right people the one them where them believe say let them. They the victims them when they suffer the circumstance will happen here after the election.
Acknowledging thanks and appreciation for the donation, Chair Lady Jatu Conte expressed joy and praised for the gift and commended the JFK Foundation for their support at a difficult moment.
Then we tell Papa thank you, remember with JFK. May God continue for because we need couple help. One, some of the confident colleagues them, they drop their bag, then put their napkins, they look for put into them, so then damage them. So come down there in 1 week, then they go on the table. So if we then don't begin start from member week, let God make the government make government we right now. Let them send member week. Coca help we as their young sister, as their young people.
It was a joyous occasion for the traders as they lifted songs in thanksgiving. For Star TV News in Freetown, I am Milton Johnny reporting.
Now for some sporting news. The Under-20 national team who are preparing for the return leg of the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers at the Bo Stadium over the weekend against their counterpart from Guinea-Bissau have received support from the chairman of Real Mark Football Club, Mahmoud Mackay. Hilton John is all set to give us some more updates on this and other sporting activities in the county. Hello Hilton and welcome to the news.
Thanks to Ilamran Abba. It's another day for more sporting news. We start to the local scene. Congratulations to the chairman of Real Mark football team, with Mahmoud Mackay, donating 5 million to the under-20 side ahead of the return leg against the Guinea-Bissau team in the second leg of the ongoing African Cup of Nations under-20. It could be recalled that it's the second philanthropist in 2 years giving support to the national team. The last time we saw the former Attorney General Minister of Justice Joseph Fijira Kamara supported the national team Leon Stars with 10 million. This time is Mahmoud Mackay. Here is the report.
By the way, I see my country, Sierra Leone. I vow to serve her faithfully at all times. I promise to defend her honor and good name, always work for her unity, peace, freedom, and prosperity. I put her interest above all else. So help me God, so help me God.
Come on, guys! My name is Mahmoud Mackay. I may get Real Mark Football Club. And of course, we like football, that's why we like football. And we know the talents we want to get. And I know say with hard work and exposure, we all go get professional contracts and benefits on our family and education. So the one is unexpected, and I just thought within myself, say I need to give me own support as a Sierra Leonean, and moreover somebody who like sport, who like football in general. So I come with small colata for the team for motivate una.
What do you say?
Thank you. I prepare for this huge task, at least, or put Salone before. Because I know say when we win, the individuals, of course, now we win, but in general, Salone win. Then the name of Sierra Leone will go high in the game. So there's a cash amount of 5 million there. As a form of motivation, so as una go know say the shoulder of the expectation of Sierra Leoneans, more than me being one of them now, landing on my shoulder, for giving the results we look forward to. And there is more of this to come. It depends to how we commit to ourselves. Because me are just one of 5 million Sierra Leoneans that will let the game. We go willing for give una wetin una deserve if una self give una best. So we wish una well and good luck to the team.
Mr. Mackay, on behalf of the team, I will thank you very, very, very much.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Good luck.
Mr. Mahmoud, I want to tell you thank you. And wherever this is coming, let it be multiplied. For God says, when He creates space, He's ready to fill it. So we crave supernatural multiplication and well-body for you and your family. And guys, we shouldn't let Him down. See all the journalists, they've left what they are doing, they are here because they believe in us. Not so? We are the eyes now of the nation, so our light must shine. Are we not shooting stars?
Yes,
So until that star is seen up there in the sky, we have not shot it yet. So are we ready to shoot the star?
Yes, sir.
God bless you all.
Well, we hope that all our philanthropies will give more support to the Sierra Leone under-20 side, as what we saw Mahmoud Maki, who is the chairman for Real Mark Football Club, did this morning, giving support to the under-20 boys, 5 million euros. In the international scene, Marcos Alonso missed out in the FA Cup against Southampton on Sunday. According to the Daily Mail newspaper, he's saying that the Chelsea defender got an issue with Southampton defender. According to the Daily Mail newspaper, we missed the FA Cup on Sunday against Southampton, despite Chelsea Football Club will have the opportunity for them to appeal on the suspension of the Chelsea defender. That's all for sports. Back to Ilam Ranaba in the studio.
Thanks very much, Iltin, for the sporting news. Well, that's all in the National News Bulletin file here on Star Television Network on Channel 21. Thanks very much for watching.